I'm Randy and I make candy, and tonight I'm making Aero bars. Stick around. Greetings my confectionery compadres, and welcome to Randy Makes Candy, where I help you make tasty treats that people love to eat. Those who know me will attest to the fact that I'm an easygoing type of guy. There's really not much that gets me riled up. But there are two things that really burn my behind. One is jumping over a campfire. The other is the fact that I can't buy aerated chocolate at my local store. For those unfamiliar, aerated chocolate is basically a chocolate foam that's been allowed to set firm, then cut into pieces. It's supposed to have a very interesting texture. In Russia, I can get a bubble bar. In the UK, I can get an Aero bar. Canada, Wispa bar. USA, Bupkis, at least as far as I know. About 10 years ago, there was something called the Air Delight, but that was discontinued long ago. Sure, I can buy aerated chocolate online, but then I run the risk of it being melted or stale. So what do we do here in the candy kitchen when we can't buy what we want? By gosh, we make it. A while back, we used chemistry to create bubbles in our honeycomb toffee. Tonight we're using physics to do the same thing with chocolate. Science is cool. As always, I'd love to hear about your results if you decide to make your own Aero bars, as well as suggestions for other recipes you'd like to see in future videos. For this recipe, you'll need 2 cups of chocolate or melting wafers and 1 ounce of coconut oil. That's it for the ingredients, but we're going to make up for that in equipment, because this recipe is a bit more gear heavy than most of what we've done here in the candy kitchen. First, we're going to use a whipping cream siphon to fill the molten chocolate with little bubbles of nitrous oxide. Nitrous oxide is commonly known as laughing gas, so if this candy doesn't put a smile on your face, I don't know what will. Once the chocolate's fully aerated, we'll put it into a vacuum container and use a vacuum sealer to reduce the air pressure inside the container. We'll leave the chocolate in the vacuum until it sets. The result should be a piece of chocolate full of tiny voids, giving it a foamy appearance and texture. You'll also need a bowl, a spoon or spatula, and a funnel if you want to be extra neat. If you don't have a vacuum sealer, I've included a link to a video where Eileen at chocolateapprentice.com uses a space bag and a vacuum cleaner. Okay, let's make some candy. Put the siphon in some hot water from the tap, either in a large pot or your sink. You want the walls of the siphon to be warm so the chocolate doesn't start to set too soon. Don't let any water get into the siphon. Mix the oil with the chocolate or wafers and temper or melt as appropriate. The oil is to make the chocolate thin enough to accept the aeration. I didn't use oil in my first batch and it didn't work at all. Remove the siphon from the hot water and dry it thoroughly. Add the chocolate to the siphon. Secure the lid. And empty 2 of the nitrous oxide cartridges into the siphon. Give it a quick shake. Invert the siphon and empty it into the vacuum container. Attach the sealer to the container and turn it on to start pulling a vacuum. Detach the sealer from the container, make sure the valve on the container is closed, and let it rest until the chocolate is set. Remove the chocolate from the container, break or cut it into whatever size pieces you'd like, and marvel at the magic of science. And that's it. Okay, let's give it a try. Slanchava. That is crazy. The flavor is just good dark chocolate. No complaints, but nothing special. But that mouthfeel. First you get a rough but soft texture on your tongue, then you bite into it, and it just kind of collapses. It's crumbly without being dry. It's so light and airy, it almost melts in your mouth, but not quite. I'm so confused right now. This is just amazing, and I don't know why we don't sell it here in the US, but regardless of where you live, if you want to use science to create candy magic, you really ought to try these. If you enjoyed your time here in the Candy Kitchen, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for sticking around, and I hope you'll join me next time. Nitric oxide, and the result should be a piece of chocolate full of tiny voids, giving a